My friends that left 2-3 years ago. Some of them don't they buy house now for US, for Canada, in the UK. I never even buy house for Nigeria at my own father's country. How? So I'm asking the question is not even why JAPA, is why shouldn't I JAPA?
A lizard cannot leave Lagos thinking that when they get to London, they become a crocodile.
So I have this friend who has told me how much she wants to travel outside the country. She's always telling me how her life is going to be better if she leaves Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't have anything for her. And she was even trying to woo me into the idea as well, telling me, you can sing, you can do this, Rogers, you have so much opportunities if you leave the country. And none of what she said or has said is a lie, actually. I mean, it's not completely false. I understand that so many, foreign countries tend to have or do have a more stable economy and provide a better standard of living than our country at the moment. However, life isn't always like this. Topic about traveling abroad is not always as it seems. You hear a lot of stories and they're very, very catchy, very fancy, tell you how beautiful life is abroad. Once you just go there, boom, you become a princess. No, honey, that's not how it works. That's not how it works, okay? It is true that life, these foreign countries have much better things to offer you, but there's still stuff you have to consider before you make up your mind to be JAPA candidates. That's the word, JAPA. Everybody wants JAPA, I go JAPA. Everybody wants to travel abroad. You fail to realize that in that abroad, it's just gonna be you. Just you and your life. Unless maybe you have family members who are gonna help you settle when you get there, or friends, However, I'm going to be sharing with you today some of the factors I feel like you have to consider before relocating or migrating. So the first factor I have here with me is age. Age. Now, I would say this without mincing words. Younger people have more opportunities. I feel like younger people have a higher advantage than older persons. When you're young, you can cope with the lifestyle of work, because that's what the abroad has to offer. You gotta work for your pay. Money doesn't fall from trees if you travel outside the country. So you have to work. And I feel like young people's biological makeup, because you're younger, you have much more strength and energy to work 3 different jobs, get paid hourly and whatnot, than someone who's already in their late 30s, 40s. It's gonna be difficult for them to settle unless they have big money, very big money, that they just come, find house, buy, and settle themselves. Unless you're a big person. But if you're still trying to balance your life at age 40, in your late 30s, and you think abroad is the best option, I don't really know about that. I wouldn't say it's advisable, but a young person can cope. Yes, they can. Their body won't break down their body will not easily break down from work. There. I hope you get my point. All right. So now we're going to the next factor, which is your certificate qualifications. I mean, for those who studied courses like, let's say, medicine, law, or whatever course it is you studied, right? If you're looking to have or to be employed outside the country, if you're looking to be employed by an organization or whatnot, you have to look at what you studied. Can it get you a good paying job over there, right? Or is it a situation whereby you have to go to school again so that you can apply for a higher paying job? Because sometimes you have to go through their own educational system before you can, be accepted fully into their workforce. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So you check that. What do you have that can keep you going when you get there? Now, another factor that we have to consider before you jeopardize yourself is skill. Now, you see, the concept of skill acquisition is very important, because if you do something like, let's say you're a hairstylist or you sew clothes, you can be able to bank on this kind of activity to feed you in case you're not able to find a job with a company or whatnot. This is something that you can stand on and survive if you travel outside the country. So it's very important that you have something you can do to keep yourself going if eventually you don't find a good paying job or whatnot when you travel outside the country. So that's a plan that every person must have before you consider to meow. Now, another factor I'm looking at here is financial strength, okay? How much do you have saved up if you're actually planning to leave the country? Unless you are a very, very big man, you know, you have already established, in fact, your money is in millions and billions, then it wouldn't be a problem for you to travel outside the country and settle there. But if you are in a situation whereby once you use the savings you have now and travel outside the country, you'll be red, you'll be broker than stockbrokers aren't broke. But if you're in a situation whereby what you have is just going to get you there and it can't keep you going, I suggest you disembark for the meantime until you are financially strong enough to keep yourself going. There's no point traveling there, you go and die. Although it's not a bad idea to die in America. Come of it. But that should be one of the things you have to consider if you want to travel. Or meow. Now, another factor we have here is that you need to be aware of the fact that going outside the country is like factory reset. What am I saying? When you leave the country, you realize that it's just you, right? And you're starting life afresh. Only you don't have your parents or a guardian by your side this time around. It's just you and yourself and the new world you have put yourself inside. Okay, so you have to adjust to this people's culture, their style, their lifestyle, how they live, the clothes they wear. Most of these countries are cold. You're used to your spaghetti hand, don't mind me. You're used to your very casual outfits, but out there, you have to cover yourself up, wear like 3 clothes or 5 clothes just so that you don't freeze to death. All these things have to be considered. You're starting afresh. Even if you are going to, there's sometimes you even have to go to school, go to school again to be able to completely blend into that society. It's a whole lot of, there's just a whole lot that you have to do before you can eventually settle. So bear in mind that this is like you starting all over again, no matter how much, no matter how much it is that you have. You have to know that you're starting all over again when you get there. And now the final factor we have here, the last but not the least, is the fact that you must always have it somewhere, whether at the back of your mind or the inside of your head or the corner of your heart. Always know that strangers aren't always welcome. Yes, they will smile with you, they will talk with you, they would, try to socialize and whatnot, but that doesn't mean that you are fully accepted, especially if you are a person of color and you go to these countries that have white persons in it. I'm talking about Western countries, and also Europe, European countries, America, whatnot. Most of these countries that have white people, sometimes you see, are you ready to can you handle racism if it should occur, right? We have very heartbreaking stories. You won't say you haven't seen videos online where maybe a white police officer pulls a gun and kills a black person without even finding a proper reason to convict him. He just shoots him and nothing is done about it. You won't tell me you haven't seen stories like that. So we've seen this thing. So you must know, you must have it somewhere in your heart that you wouldn't always be welcome, especially as a person of color. So these are the few factors I want to share with people who feel that the abroad is the best option. JAPA is the only solution, right? No problem. Don't allow anybody to dissuade you from traveling abroad. Don't allow anybody to tell you, oh, no, this. Because even the people who are outside the country that tend to be complaining sometimes, they don't want to come back here, bro. They're still there complaining from the abroad. So if you want to go, you think that's the best option for you, that's cool. And that's why I told my friend, I told her she could go. Girl, go. I mean, you can handle. But before you go, make sure your mind is made up. Make sure you are prepared to face the certain things that are going to hit you, because this is life, okay? Stories are painted. A lot of things are, like they make this abroad look like a fairy tale. And when you get there, you become an automatic Disney character. It's a lie. It's not true. Yes, you still have to face life when you get there. There are bills to pay. And let me tell you now, some people dodge paying tax here in Nigeria, but over there you cannot do that because they will take it from your salary if they're paying you salary. You pay your tax, you pay your water bill, you pay your light bill. I know there's a lot of bills to pay. I don't pay much over here, so I'ma just sit my ass right here. I'd rather go for vacations and come back. I don't think I wanna settle over there. But if you want to, go ahead. Just know that these are the things you need to check before you make your move. So before you JAPA, or before you meow, or before you think about these things, all right? Now let me know what you think in the comment section. And of course, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. This is The Kiwi Show, and I remain your lovely host, Jessie Rogers. All right, guys, this is where we call it a wrap. I will see you next time.